I'm still going like I couldn't see you. Sorry.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Woburn Public Media Center for tonight's Thursday Night Football MIA consolation matchup between the hometown Woburn Tanners and the visiting Concord-Carlisle Patriots.
Yeah, Joey, and what a matchup today against this team. We're not at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina, but we are at Connolly Memorial Stadium in Woburn for a big matchup, and we're bringing you the best football in America tonight. We have Concord-Carlisle, and they really have two players you want to look at. Holden Miller, their quarterback, and Blake Newcomb, their running back and wide receiver. He's honestly, you can compare him to a player on Woburn like Ryan Lush. You look at this film against Acton Boxborough. He was their glue. He was the guy that got all their looks. He was Holden Miller's best target, and he got quite a few touchdowns there. So he's a guy to look after. Joey, talk about Brian Frere. Talk about him this season. It's been up and down, but talk about what you think about Brian Frere this season.
Brian Frere, of course, the star running back for the Tanners, number 15 on the field, and he has been the glue for the Tanners offense all season long. He is their major key, as it seems all season. If he's successful, that equals the Tanners' success. If not, the Tanners don't seem to do as well.
Welcome to tonight's matchup.
And Joey, I totally agree with that point. Brian Frere's success is key, but that also comes with the offensive line. Guys like Amin Rahim, Johan, and fullback Michael Doherty. But Michael Doherty is known for his defense. Michael Doherty is known for his leadership. Michael Doherty is the talking point every game. He was probably one of the Tanners' only bright spots against Marshfield last week. And he was really good throughout this season again in games like Reading, Wakefield. Let's talk about a few other bright spots in that Marshfield game. Even though it was a 48-20 blowout, Tanner still showed some fight. A second touchdown on the season from J.J. Merlane, a touchdown to start the game by Ryan Lush, and let's hope the Tanners can start the game off with a touchdown today, like they did last week.
Yes, let's hope exactly that, Zeke, as it seems that the Concord-Carlisle Patriots have won the toss and elected to receive, as Mark Catone and his special teams unit will get set to kick the ball off after the national anthem.
By the Woburn High Tanner Ravens.
Welcome back here to Common Memorial Stadium after that great rendition of the national anthem by our Woburn Memorial Tanner Band, and we are just about set and ready to go for Thursday Night Football.
And Joey, I wanted to make a point earlier about the improvement of Brett Tuzelo on the season. Coming into the season, a lot of talk about they're just going to run the ball, but Coach Belcher has made an emphasis on getting Brett Tuzelo into the game more, and a few touchdowns he's been throwing in the last week. J.J. Merlane last week, the week before in Belmont, we saw an Evan Clarko, 2 touchdowns from Ryan Piscini, and it looks like he's made that great connection with him and Ryan Piscini over these last few weeks, and it's great to see, because Ryan Piscini's a guy that's going to be key for the Tanners next season, along with this season and the Thanksgiving game.
That's for sure, Zeke. And I think also where Tuzalo flourishes most is in that play-action rollout game. That's where he finds most of his open men in the passing game, and he's been able to put it right on the receivers each and every time he's recently come out in the play-action.
And we go back to that Belmont game, that rollout to the left, found Piscini, and with his elite speed, he was able to run to the end zone, and nobody was able to catch him. And that's what Ryan Piscini can give you. And that's why guys like Ryan Lush can give you and Evan Kolodko. So they're just a speedy team in general. Let's see if they can get those wide receivers out in space today, along with Brian Frere and Michael Doherty and Ryan Lush's run game.
Well, we're just about ready to get that all going. Catone and his unit are ready to go with a swing of the right leg. We are underway here tonight. It is taken in by Concord-Carlisle near the 20, and down the sideline goes number 9, Newcomb.
Carlisle returns the ball.
And Joey, right there, Acton Boxborough, I mentioned before, that Blake Newcomb ran one of those back for a touchdown, and has ran actually 2 back on the season for a touchdown. So on those returns, you always want to look at Blake Newcomb. And here comes Blake Newcomb and Holden Miller's offense. Let's see how the Tanners defense deal with him for the first drive.
Out into the shotgun to start it off. Now Newcomb motions in. He will take a sweep towards the outside, towards the line of scrimmage, and now cuts it in and across the 45 for a first down, but we do have a flag on the field, so let's see where that puts the ball.
Looks like they're going to be going back here. I'm going to assume it's a holding on the offense.
Yeah, like you said, Zeke, an NFL comparison to Blake Newcomb could be a guy like Deebo Samuel for the 49ers, who is another one of those guys that can make a difference in both the pass and run game.
Deebo Samuel's a perfect analogy, and guys for the AFC East, since we're in New England, look at a guy like Jalen Waddle, for example.
That flag there is an illegal block on the illegal block in the back on Concord-Carlisle, and that'll back them up after the first play. It is another handoff to Newcomb, and he's stopped early by the Tanners front 7 for a minimal gain. The first man there was number 9, Matt Souza.
Yeah, great tackle by Matt Souza. Newcomb's a guy that's known to be hard to bring down, and Souza just made a shoestring tackle there and brought him down. Here comes second down in about 15.
Concord-Carlisle back in a shotgun single back formation. This time it's a play-action rollout by Miller, who fires across the middle, and it is towards the ankles of the receiver, but incomplete.
That pass was intended for number 40, John Keeler, 6 foot and 202 pounds. So they have big wide receivers with Newcomb and Keeler here.
From the 33-yard line.
A 3rd and 15 from the 33-yard line upcoming here for the Patriots. And let's see where Miller and the offense go now.
Tall receivers has been a problem for Woburn this season, if you remember games like Reading.
Spread out once again in the shotgun, lone receiver to the top of your screen. Miller dropping back, looking to fire deep. It's towards that lone receiver, but it's thrown short and incomplete. 4th down.
Going for Newcomb there, the big target, but it's just short from Holden Miller. Actually about 3 or 4 yards short. Underthrown by the quarterback from Concord-Carlisle. And the Concord-Carlisle Patriots will look to punt here as number 1 senior captain Liam Dillon is back to receive.
It will be number 30 for the Patriots, Will Law, who we saw warming up his punts before the game, and he looked pretty skilled back there with some nice spiraling punts. Law back and ready to go, takes the snap. It's a line drive kick towards Dillon. Dillon will let it go as it will bounce, and it's downed by number 11, Matthew Carlton, at the 25.
Interesting to see what this Tanners offense is going to use as their approach this first drive. Talked about Ryan Piscini, Evan Kolodko. Will they go back to J.J. Merlane? They like using him as on that wide right or wide left as a big target. It's going to be interesting.
All in all, It's a 47-yard punt that will start the drive from the 21-yard line of the Tanners.
They bring out Michael Doherty and Brian Ferreira, so look for that I formation to start it off.
Good to see Ferreira in the first offensive set after the sprained ankle in the early first half of the game against Marshfield. Let's also go to Ferreira, and he gets a nice little run on first down for another first down.
Great to see Ferreira there with a nice strong run to start off the game.
First down.
Look to see him more consistent after he went down with that injury early last week in Marshfield. We'll look to see him back.
Tuzolo now back in the huddle after relaying the play. A jumbo formation again. Tuzolo under center. This time the handoff goes to Lush, who's looking to find a crease. Breaks the initial tackle, but is then taken down by number 44, Ryan DeMeo.
Ryan Lush with the run.
That was for a gain of 9. They go from Ferreira back to Lush, so they're using both of their tailbacks here to start the game.
2nd and 2.
It'll be a 2nd and 2 after a gain of 8. As Tuzolo in the offense, back to the line. Tuzolo remains under center. Ferreira comes in an orbit motion. This time it's a fullback handoff.
And Joey, I'm loving this. A first down there, just churning clock and keeping that ball for a while. They go 3 different running backs, starting with Ferreira, then going to Lush, then going to Doherty, forcing Concord-Carlisle to see if their preparation was ready for all 3 of these running backs.
Back under center goes Brett Tuzolo, the senior quarterback. Lush comes in motion this time. This time the handoff goes to Ferreira, who breaks through the front 7, but is taken down after a gain of 6. By number 12, Ryan Fivick.
2nd and 3.
Interesting name there, Joey. Ryan Fivick. And they go back to Ferreira there. Yet to see a passing play by QB Brett Tuzolo. But this run game seems to be working out the first 4 plays.
Doherty, the fullback, the furthest back. It's the same motion from Lush. The handoff does go to Doherty, who bullies his way up the middle for a gain, enough for a first down.
8-yard gain there. They go right back to Doherty. 2 rushes for Ferreira, 2 rushes for Doherty, 1 for Lush.
DeMeo with his second tackle of the game, number 44 for the Patriots.
First down for Woburn from the 39-yard line.
Maybe Coach Belcher in this offense in the film saw a weakness in the Concord-Carlisle rushing defense.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line, Lush in motion. The bunch formation, and the run will go towards the 30-yard line after a gain of 8.
Continue with this running game here. Looking really good for the Tanners. +5 every single time they run the ball. +5 yards.
Ryan Fivick again with his second tackle is the man there for Concord-Carlisle.
2nd and 2 for Woburn.
Ryan Fivick, we mentioned before, is Concord-Carlisle's leading tackler on the season.
2nd and 2 from the Patriot 31-yard line for Tuzolo and the Tanners offense. Tuzolo under center. The handoff goes to Ferreira with a jump cut and taken down quickly. Looks to be good enough for a first down. And it is, after a gain of 4. Number 75, Ramir Darty on the tackle.
Interesting. Still no passing plays. They seem to be loving this run game.
1st and 10 from the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 27 of Concord-Carlisle for the Tanners. Tuzolo back under center with the bunch running backs. It is a pitch to Lush, who is taken down a little bit past the line of scrimmage for a gain of 3.
Not only do they keep running the ball, they keep going to that same formation with 2 of the running backs on the sides and then a fullback right to the right of Tuzolo there.
All in all, it's a 1-yard gain for Lush, and the tackle was by number 63, Jason Liu. Tanners back into their bunched formation. Tuzolo waiting for the snap. Lush comes in motion. It's a toss outside to Lush looking for the edge. And he doesn't necessarily get it after another short gain on back-to-back plays. Liu again on the tackle, number 63.
Looks to be the play right here to test Matthew Carlton and this Concord-Carlisle secondary, as it is about a 3rd and 7 here.
3rd and 7 from the 24-yard line, the first offensive test for the Tanners tonight. Doherty, the fullback. Now it's a pass play. Tuzolo looking. It's an out route caught by number 6, Evan Kolodko. Let's see where they spot it. And it's good enough for a first down.
Great route there by Kolodko. Went out 5 yards, turned right, and Tuzolo with a great lob throw to the path of Kolodko. And Kolodko made a nice catch to extend his arms out and haul it in to get that first down.
The Tanners have really churned the clock as we're down to 4 minutes and 42 seconds in the first. Tuzolo in the shotgun. It's a quarterback power. He is taken down close to the 5-yard line after a gain of 7.
Fourth runner for the Tanners here.
On the play,
Brett Tuzolo added on to the 3 others. Sets up 2nd and 2 as they look to score on this first drive, just like last week in Marshfield.
2nd down from the 7-yard line for the high-powered offense of the Woburn Tanners. Kolodko and Pusini lined up on the same side towards the bottom of your screen. Tuzolo hands it off to Ferreira, who is in for the Tanners. Touchdown! Right down the field, the Tanners go, and they're up 6-0 early.
Well, interesting there. The Tanners has been running the whole drive. They put out 2 wide receivers left. Concord-Carlisle thinks they're finally going to pass it with Bassini and Kolodko to the left. They flex out Dante Delagrati to the right. He comes in and helps block for Ferreira to get into the end zone.
Right into the extra point formation. Oh no, it's a 2-point formation for the offense. Oh, it's the double reverse. We'll see where they spot it. It looks to be short. And we've got a flag on the field, and it looks to be offsides on Concord-Carlisle when we'll redo the play.
A lot shorter of a distance now, with it 1 yard instead of 2. So let's see how the Tanners approach this. Probably wouldn't go for that reverse play again, as Concord-Carlisle has seen it. And since it's a consolation game, you might want to try different things.
The offense remains on the field. It's a handoff, and Ferreira is in for the 2-point conversion. 8-0 Tanners, 3:46 left to go in the first quarter. Here on Woburn Community Center, back after the break. Mark Catone and the Tanners special teams unit ready to boot it away back to the Patriots of Concord-Carlisle. which will be their second drive of the night.
And the Tanners defense played really well that first drive from Concord-Carlisle. Really had nothing to do here as Coutone kicks off the ball for the second time tonight.
It's a short one taken in by number 21 on Concord-Carlisle, Ryan Martinez.
Ball to the 34-yard line.
Martinez gets it all the way to the 34-yard line, and that is where the Patriot offense led by Holden Miller will take over.
Great to see guys like Alex Tran and Lenny Massa on the kickoff team as they make some of their first appearances on the season.
Miller now into the huddle with his fellow teammates, and they break the huddle and get set to the line of scrimmage. There will be two receivers to the bottom of your screen and a bunched tight end offset. Number 3 comes in motion. It's a reverse to Newcomb, who gets taken down by a combination of Nigro and others for a gain of 2.
Concord-Carlisle with a 1-yard gain on the play.
Really compact there, that defensive line. Really not letting Newcomb get anywhere.
2nd and 9.
We've seen both teams go to the reverse in the run game early here tonight. Miller into the shotgun now. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top alone. He looks quickly to that lone receiver. It is Newcomb who makes the catch, breaks the tackles of 2 different Tanner defenders, and is taken down after gaining enough for the first.
Wade Newcomb.
Joe, I have a question for you. Do you think this was a disappointing season for the Tanners?
I personally do not think this is a disappointing season. I feel like this is exactly where I kind of expected the Tanners to be. Winning games they should have won and outperforming their expectations, even if some ended in losses. As Miller hands it off to Newcomb again, and he's taken down after a gain of 2 across the 45.
Tackles there by number 72, Jorge Morales, who's going to be a key part of the team next year. And yeah, Joey, getting back to that question I asked you, in my opinion, I think it was a little bit of a disappointment. Judging off last year with that first round defeat against Catholic Memorial, you wanted to come back and get to that second round of the playoffs and advance, and they weren't able to, and that had to do with their playoff seeding, and I think they could have done better there.
That's a good point there. Newcomb breaking through with speed, still on his feet, and now finally taken down in the secondary by number 3 Ryan Lush and Leland Stack.
Newcomb with a...
Oh wow, and we just talked about him. Number 72, Jorge Morales, is down at about the 45-yard line in pain as the Concord-Carlisle team takes a knee.
We'll take a break and be back to give you an update on the injury as soon as we can.
Injury on the field.
Jorge Morales able to get off the field with assistance from a couple of his Tanner teammates, and Miller and the Patriot offense now back and ready to go.
Interesting to see what's happening to Jorge Morales as he sits on the ground, as the trainer tends to him. But we have to get back to football here. Concord-Carlisle into Tanner's territory at around the 38 on 1st and 10.
Miller in the shotgun, low snap, he's able to corral it and manage a few yards.
Crunching tackle there by number 15, Brian Ferreira. Got low, got right in to the Concord-Carlisle running back and stopped the play for about a gain of 1 there.
Second down will be from the 36-yard line. Miller still setting up his offense. They will go split backs for the first time tonight. The second running back is number 44, Ryan DeMeo. And it is Newcomb on a rush for a gain of 2.
As 30 seconds left in the first quarter, both teams utilizing the running game, as that would cause the clock to move extremely fast here. As the first quarter looks to be coming to a close, let's see if Concord-Carlisle want to run a play here with 12 seconds left. And it doesn't look like they will. And yeah, they definitely won't. As this first quarter will come to a close with the score Tanner's 8, Patriots 0. Third down when we get back on Woburn Public Media Center.
At the end of the first quarter, the score is 8-0 Woburn.
Back here at Connolly Memorial Stadium for the next 12 minutes of football as we jump into a third down for the Patriots. It'll be a 3rd and 6. Miller in the shotgun. Lone back. Tanners get back on sides before the snap. Miller looking. Firing towards the corner. And it's dropped by Mark Catone, which would have been the 5th interception in the last 3 weeks for Catone.
And you remember Mark Catone against Belmont 2 weeks ago with those 3 interceptions, as you were saying, Joey. And he's just an incredible ball hawk. Just reminds me of J.C. Jackson on the Patriots in a way last year.
But to no avail goes that play for the Patriots, and we will see as I believe it's Miller coming back out onto the field, and Patriots set to go for it here on 4th down and 6.
Big play here, 4th and 6. Second drive for Concord-Carlisle. If they can, if the Tanner can stop them, that will be a statement stop and set the tone for the rest of the game.
Miller into the shotgun. Newcomb, the wide-most receiver, to the top of your screen, and it's DeMeo, the running back, number 3, comes in motion. Miller escaping the pressure. Oh no, he's going to reverse back the other way. Ferreira chasing him. It's caught by DeMeo, and he will have enough going down the sideline for the first down and much more.
And he's going to get down at the 10-yard line. Pushed out there by number 42, Michael Doherty. But the pure skill by number 22, Holden Miller, to go one side and reverse back and find a receiver. And that receiver had the speed to get to the outside and get down at the 10-yard line. And looks like they're going to bring it back here.
Oh, we've got a flag for pass interference.
Illegal block in the back.
Oh.
Illegal block in the back by Concord-Carlisle here. What's Coach Belcher arguing about?
Maybe the spot of the ball.
As the refs bring the ball back to where it started. Interesting.
39-yard line.
Well,
And now the Patriots will switch personnel and will repeat 4th down. 4th and 11.
Concord-Carlisle quarterback Holden Miller, after that outstanding play, probably so bummed that his highlight reel got taken away. But we go, second try for this Tanner's defense to stop them on 4th down, and they still have a chance to make that statement here.
Now they're set up in a punt formation with Law. And Law will take the snap and boot it away going towards the end zone. Dylan, the far man back, will let it go. And it'll trickle into the end zone for a touchback.
And my mistake, they were going for that punting formation. And the Tanners will get the football back after their second straight stop on defense as we go back to QB Brett Tuzlo and his offense when we get back.
The Tanners will take over at the 20-yard line after the touchback punt by Law. And Tuzolo is in the under center position. Brian Ferreira breaks free! Down the sideline he goes, and it's a big run on 1st down to jumpstart this offensive drive for the Tanners.
Always trusting Brian Ferreira to use his speed to get to the outside. Didn't break any tackles there, but broke some ankles as he went right past 2 Concord-Carlisle defenders, and they looked lost trying to keep track of Brian Ferreira and just pushed out at around the 52-yard line into Concord-Carlisle territory. Brian Ferreira has been working today for this Tanners offense.
All in all, it's a 32-yard rush, and what a way to start the second offensive drive for the Tanners.
From the 48-yard line.
Evan Kolako lined up wide left.
1st and 10 from the 48. Tuzolo remains under center. This time the handoff will go to Doherty, who gets to the 40-yard line after an 8-yard gain.
Mike Doherty with a 7-yard gain on the play.
It'll be 2nd and 2 here. Go back to that two-headed monster running back core of Michael Doherty and Brian Ferreira.
Ryan Lush and Brett Tuzolo back into the huddle. Off comes Piscini. And the Tanners break the huddle and head back to the line of scrimmage. Heavy formation again, Tuzolo under center. The handoff goes to Doherty for the second straight time. And we'll see where the ball is spotted. And it'll move the chains for a 1st down.
In Michael Doherty, you can see the hamstring muscles as he just churns, pushes and pushes for those extra yards. The pure passion and effort from our captain as we get the 1st down there.
Piscini subs back onto the field now. Tuzolo relaying the play in the huddle. Kolodko lined up out wide to the bottom of your screen. Tuzolo remaining under center. It is a sweep to Piscini. With speed, he finds a crease and breaks across for a 5-yard gain.
Interesting. We've never seen that this season before, using Ryan Piscini on the jet sweep. I love it, to be honest with you, because Piscini has the speed and has the agility to get to that line.
Number 87, Caleb Randall on the tackle there for Concord-Carlisle.
Second and 5.
Kolodko now will switch sides of the formation and be at the top of your screen, one-on-one. Tuzolo under center, split back, Pacini in motion. The handoff will go to Ferreira off tackle, and he is forced into a pile of players after a gain of 3.
And Joey, I want to talk, I know we're on offense right now, but I want to talk about the Tanners defense. We talked 2 weeks ago, we were doing a lot of research for running back Adrian Gurung, as you might remember, on Belmont. We went into the game, and he was practically invisible. That Tanners run defense was just really good, and we're seeing the same thing tonight. We see Newcomb, but it's more on passing plays. They're looking for him more on passing plays because that Tanners run defense is so solid. And it's interesting because that run defense is solid and their run offense is just as good.
Darty there on the tackle as the Tanners are in the I formation for the first time tonight. The handoff will go to fullback Captain Doherty.
See where they mark it here. And they will give them the first down. Once again, Michael Doherty, they love going to, as he looks like he's hobbling back to the huddle. Interesting to see that.
Zeke, you, I, and all of Woburn know how much of a blow that would be to lose Doherty for an extended period of time within this game.
But you know, Joey, every time Michael Doherty gets injured, I feel like give it 20 minutes, he'll be right back into the game at the worst. That's how much of a fighter Michael Doherty is.
Tuzolo under center. Kolodko was out wide. The handoff will go to Ferreira, who is reversing field and taken down after a gain of 5. Matt Souza was Doherty's replacement there in at fullback.
Ferreira with a 4-yard rush on the play.
And Matt Souza, we've seen a couple moments from him throughout the season, a touchdown at the end of the game versus Arlington. He totally has his offensive abilities. Interesting to see how he fills in for number 42, Michael Doherty, the rest of the game. Hopefully, to keep him for that Thanksgiving game.
Tuzolo in the huddle relaying the play to his offensive mates.
Seems to be taking a minute for Coach Belcher to think of a play as they will call timeout here.
Timeout, Woburn.
Timeout, Woburn. We will be back in just a moment for second down with the Tanners on the brink of the red zone here.
Second and 6 for Woburn.
Back here at Connolly Memorial Stadium to continue our Thursday night football coverage of the Woburn Tanners. Split back formation with a bunched receiver offset the offensive line. That's Pacini, who now motions in. The play action will go to Pacini, and it's a handoff to Ferreira after a short gain of 3.
Third down here and 2 coming up. Important play to get that first down so they still have a chance to extend that lead by 2 scores.
6:42 left to go in the first half with the Tanners still up 8-0 from that initial touchdown from Brian Ferreira.
And a great touchdown it was. Let's see if they can repeat that with another touchdown. Interesting to see where Coach Belcher will go here on third down with the likes of Dante Delagrati on the field, Evan Kolotko on the field, Matt Suze on the field. So they have some big bodies. Only Ryan Piscini in there. That is supposedly smaller. So look for them to go run.
Kolotko out wide to the top of your screen. Piscini motioning again. It's a sneak for Tuzolo, who is breaking past the crowd of people, and it's a successful sneak for much more than needed, and it's plenty good for a first down.
And honestly, with the formation they went with, you'd expect that if you're Concord-Carlisle, the way nobody was behind Tuzolo, and he's done it before, so you'd expect that. But Tuzolo is so skilled to find that hole in the defense and get those extra yards.
That long sneak will bring up 1st and goal now for the Tanners, starting from the 9-yard line. Tuzolo under center, 3 backs in the backfield, and we've got another timeout Woburn.
Timeout Woburn, first and goal from the 9-yard line. Important set of downs here. We'll be back in just a second on Woburn Public Media Center.
Back here at Connolly Memorial Stadium after 2 timeouts taken in quick succession by the Tanners offense, and they're back in that under center formation with 3 backs in the backfield for Tuzolo. One will motion in as an extra blocker. Did Tuzolo fall down there, or was that center Matt O'Connor?
No gain on the play.
All in all, it'll be no gain.
From the 9-yard line.
And that'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line.
Interesting there to go to Ferreira. Want to have that surprise factor, I feel like. Coach Belcher really hasn't used that in this game so far. Let's see what he goes for on 2nd down.
Ferreira lined up out wide now to the top of your screen.
Look at Kolotko, the big body, wide right.
It is a rollout pass intended for Delagrati, but it's broken up by number 2 for Concord-Carlisle. That is Angus Wilson.
3rd and goal for Woburn from the 9-yard line.
There's a surprise factor. You didn't expect Dante Delagrati to get targeted, but Concord-Carlisle were all over that. So 3rd down and 9 here. Gotta be a pass play. Let's see the personnel they have on the field. They still have Delagrati in. Kolotko stays on the field with Piscini. Kolotko wide right, Piscini in the slot, Delagrati.
Dual backs. It's a toss to Ferreira, looking for the edge, and he is brought down short of the line after a gain of 4, and it's 4th and goal.
Not even a gain of 4. It was more like a gain of 2. The toss did not work out for the Tanners. Let's see where they go as Mark Coutone stays off the field. So it looks... No, he comes onto the field along with number 60, Michael Chapman, and number 17, Sean Marsh, as the kicking unit comes onto the field.
A rare field goal attempt here for the Tanner's offense, but after all, they will have a chance to go up double digits with a made kick. Tuzolo, of course, the long snapper. Marsh gets the hold down. The kick is up, and the kick is good for Catone, and that'll put the Tanners up 11-0 with 4:27 left to go in the half.
And I love how you said a rare field goal attempt. The last time we saw a field goal was in that game against Reading to tie the game 24-24 after an epic comeback. I don't know. I think everybody in this Connolly Memorial Stadium remembers that game. Well, we'll go to the break, and we'll see the Tanners defense come onto the field against Concord-Carlisle and Blake Newcomb.
Tanner's back out and ready to go here after making the field goal to go up 11-0. Catone with the kick of the field goal, and now the kick back to Concord-Carlisle. This one is a better kick than the last, taken in by Concord-Carlisle number 3, Will Hoover.
Concord returns the ball to the 36.
Will Hoover returns that to the 36 with 4:22 left in the first half. Concord-Carlisle don't need a rush if they want to score here, but they can't slouch around and run the ball like they have been. The personnel on the front here, interesting, without Morales, they're going to send Matt O'Connor, the center, onto this field to be part of that defensive line with the likes of Ryan Lake, Gavin Nigro, and Matt Souza on that front line.
Miller back into the shotgun formation. It's Hoover who takes a sweep, looking to get to the edge, and is taken down after lunging forward for a gain of 7.
Gain of 7 on there. The toss out wide, just tripped up there by number 2, Caden Davis on the tackle. Caden Davis has made some clutch tackles this season. I remember against Belmont, a really big sack to take Belmont out of field goal range in a big moment of that game.
It'll be a 2nd and 3 for the Patriots of Concord-Carlisle after the initial rush by Hoover.
44-yard line.
Miller into the shotgun. 2 receivers to the top of your screen. 1 comes in motion. It's another sweep. This time it's to Newcomb. Also looking for the edge, and he's forced out of bounds after picking up the first down.
Newcomb, we talked about at the top of the show, it's a threat running and passing. Tackle was made there by number 20, Ryan Piscini. But Newcomb, a threat at all times. Got to keep an eye on him, as he is a fun player to watch. When we talk about Newcomb, 6'2", 185, so slim but tall.
Number 40, John Keeler, and number 9, Newcomb. To the top of your screen are the receivers. Miller fires the opposite way, and it is incomplete.
Targeted there was number 81, Will Stansler. Another target that I've noticed Holden Miller likes on his receiving core, but does not connect with him there, as it is 2nd and 10. Good coverage by the Tanner secondary.
All of the Concord-Carlisle offense look over to the sideline of coaches for their next play. And now they have it.
Watch John Keeler out wide right.
Newcomb, the slot receiver. Oh, it's bobbled by Miller, and he's taken down by junior end Matt Souza for a big sack.
Big sack indeed, Joey. It brings them all the way back to around a 3rd and 16. If they can't convert here and they punt, the Tanners will have a chance to score again before the end of the half. And how big would that be? We talk about statements, and that would be that would be an understatement of a statement there.
From the 45.
Under 3 minutes to go now, 3rd and 16 for the Patriot offense. As you said, Zeke, the Tanners defense looking to get off the field right here and right now.
Look for Will Stansler and Will Hoover on the top of your screen as Keeler moves back into the line.
Miller looks to his play band, and now we have a whistle. And it'll be a timeout, Concord-Carlisle. Back after the break with the Tanners up 11-0 on WPMC.
Back here on Woburn Public Media Center, and I just wanted to emphasize the importance of J.J. Merlane throughout this season so far. You know, he started off the season not getting too much playing time, but when he got a chance after the injury of Ernesto Nerliari, as Gavin Nigro moved into the line, J.J. Merlane has really opened some eyes with his receiving ability and his blocking ability, so look for him on the offense, hopefully on a stop here on a big 3rd down play. Joey, take it away.
Miller into the shotgun. It was Newcomb who came on the sweep motion. Miller's taken down for the 2nd consecutive play. This time it's number 26, Ryan Lake, who gets there, and it's 4th down for Concord-Carlisle.
Along with number 9, Matt Souza there on the sack. That brings out a 4th down, and incredibly long. Liam Dillon and Leland Stack back to receive with 2:05 and running left on the clock. And Concord-Carlisle will try to bring as much time off the clock to not give Woburn a chance.
Law back again to punt it away. As you said, Zeke, Dillon, and Stack, the deep men back. Law waits for the snap. Now the snap comes with a swing of the leg. It's a line drive kick headed for Dillon, who lets it drop in front of him and is downed by Concord-Carlisle. Not yet, and now they will blow it dead. They will spot the ball at the 17-yard line on a nice punt there by Will Law.
With the ball from the 18-yard line. 1st and 10 for Woburn.
1st and 10 here for Woburn, as they have about 1:26 left on the clock to see what they can do. Let's see what Coach Belcher's approach is here. To be conservative and go into the halftime with the ball, or does he want to be aggressive?
A touchdown here would put the Tanners up 3 possessions going into the half.
And you want to remember, Concord-Carlisle won the toss and chose to receive. So the Tanners would get the ball coming out of the second half.
Tuzolo takes the shotgun snap, hands it off to Lush, who's looking for a crease, doesn't have it, and he's driven back for no gain.
And that does give a hint to what Coach Belcher's approach is here, with 1:11 and counting left.
83, Khalil Butler-Niles on the tackle for Concord-Carlisle.
2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 with less than a minute to go now. Let's see what the approach now is for the coordinators of the Tanners. Tuzolo remains in the shotgun, waiting for the snap. We've got trips to the top of your screen. Tuzolo still waiting with less than 40 to go now. The handoff, he fakes it, and he's going to take it for an option, angling himself towards the sideline, and then
Tuzolo rushes.
taken down
5-yard gain.
for a 5-yard gain.
33 seconds left. The clock stopped because Tuzolo spins out of bounds, but not much time for the Tanners to make up 75 yards here.
It'll be a 3rd and 4 with 33 seconds, as you said, Zeke, left on the clock. In the first half, the Tanners will receive the second half kickoff.
Don't count them out yet, because they have some flashy guys like Ferreira and Lush that could surprise you at any moment.
The Tanners roster is definitely set up with multiple guys that can create that explosive play. Merlane out wide, top of your screen. Passini comes in motion. It will just be a run towards Ferreira, and that is well covered by the likes of number 2, Angus Wilson. And we've got a timeout for Concord-Carlisle, and they might try to get the ball back here with less than 30 seconds to go.
That is totally right, Joey. They're going to call timeout because they want the ball back here with 20 seconds. As the Tanners were planning to run the clock out and go into halftime. But Concord-Carlisle wants something, and rightly so, because they are down 11-0 going into the half.
Yeah, that's for sure. They don't want to, or they want to at least do their best to try to get a nice play to maybe cut into this lead before the end of the first half.
And Joey, Concord-Carlisle in the same division as Woburn in this Division 2. Concord-Carlisle the 16 seed, Woburn the 10 seed. Concord-Carlisle had to go against Milford, Woburn had to go against Marshfield. So Milford, the number 1 seed, and Concord-Carlisle lost 42-13. It was not who Concord-Carlisle wanted to see in the first round. And they didn't come ready to play. 42-13 was the result. And they were just not successful against a Milford team that's just ready to run the state.
Tanner's offense now back out onto the field. 20 seconds remaining. And they're going to run another offensive play rather than punt it away with Ryan Lush. Tuzelo under center, split back formation, offset tight end with an extra blocker. Whistle blown, the play is dead, and we've got a timeout for Woburn. 17 seconds on the clock.
17 seconds left on the clock. Interesting to see Woburn's approach here, and we go back to talking about the playoff picture. That was a week ago. And yeah, Milford, we talk about Milford a lot. Milford is the best team in the state, and they proved to be in that game against the Patriots last week. And a team that is 4th in Division 4, actually 3rd in Division 4, was one of the mutual losses that Concord-Carlisle had with Woburn, which was the Bedford Buccaneers. Joey, we remember a guy by the name of Eric Miles in that game, and he torched Concord-Carlisle just like he torched Woburn.
Yeah, that's for sure. Miles, I think, has a bright future ahead of him as he heads towards the back half of this season. Lush now into punt after the Tanners bluff the offense. Nice kick, but it is a high one. And it'll be down by the Tanners. With the clock still running with 8 seconds. 7, and that's where it'll stop. 7 seconds remaining. And the ball will be placed at the 48-yard line.
I can't say I agree with sending out Michael Doherty on a limp here in a consolation game. But Coach Belcher knows this game means something to him, as the last game was a big defeat, and he wants this game badly.
But I think we also all know how badly Michael Doherty wants to be out on the field.
Really good point there, Joey, and we know everything you say about Michael Doherty and everything I say about Michael Doherty. It's all good things.
He's always had such a good energy that even when I talked to him after the injury against Lexington, I said, "How you doing?" He goes, "Great, well, as good as I can be." Always with a positive attitude and even hyping up his teammates on the sideline, even when injured. Holden Miller back out onto the field with the Patriot offense. Newcomb offset in the slot. He will now motion in. It is a handoff going up the middle. And that will do it for the...
that concludes the first
that will do it for the first half. And the score heading in to the final 24 minutes, the Woburn Tanners.
No, it looks like Belmont called a timeout here with 1 second left. And it looked like they were bluffing timeout. So I told Joey to stop, and then all the players started running. But I guess not.
The teams will file back onto the sideline for what seems to be possibly one final play.
There's timeout called on the field.
1 second left in this half. Surely Belmont's last timeout.
Last timeout.
Woburn already used all their timeouts up.
That one there was Concord-Carlisle's third and final timeout of the half, so I guess they didn't want to lose it.
I don't blame them. They need something out of this drive, if any possible at all.
Let's look at the possibility now of taking a shot towards the end zone as Miller has trips to the bottom of your screen. Newcomb still lined up offset in the slot.
Prevent defense here. Coutone and Stack back.
Miller dropping back, looking to fire deep, moving around in the pocket. Almost taken down by Nigro, still alive. Now fires back across the field on a screen that is dropped. And that now will do it for the half, with the Tanners up 11-0, and we'll be back for the final 24 minutes of football after a performance by the Woburn Memorial High School band.
Again, our score is Woburn 11, Concord-Carlisle 0. Now taking the field is the Woburn Memorial High School Tanner Band. Under the direction of Mr. Jack Tully, Mr. Steve Turcott, Ms. Amy Thompson, Mr. Axel Larson, and Ms. Lorraine Tucker. The drum majors are seniors Charlotte Dorchak and Patrick Newman. The student leaders for the band also include C.C. Allen, Stephen Bernardine Matthew, Sylvia Keating, Morgan Magondo Wininger, Rebecca Michelle, Regan Muhammad, Sophia Moylan, Anna Morera, Megna Samaraj, and Emily Sullivan. The Woburn Memorial High School Marching Band will be presenting their show on Cloud 9. Drum major Charlotte and Patrick, is your band ready? Woburn Memorial High School Tanner Band, you may take the field in exhibition.
Drum major, is your band ready?
When the announcer asks if the band is ready, there's a feeling of anticipation. The atmosphere is electric. You can feel it in the air. And when I give my salute, it means the band is not just ready. We're on cloud 9.
ESPA proudly presents the Woburn Memorial High School Marching Band.
I feel like I'm on cloud 9 when I'm in the band room. I could spend the whole day in the band room making music with my friends.
I'm on cloud 9 because I finally get to conduct the band.
I'm a senior now, so my time in high school band will be ending soon. But until I play my final note, you're gonna find me on Cloud 9.
Well, folks, that's our show. I hope you'll join us again next time on Cloud 9.
Welcome back here to Connolly Memorial Stadium, and we want to shout out our awesome crew here at Woburn Public Media Center, cameramans Kevin and Anthony Gilio here. And as we start the second half, we want to talk about that first half, 11-0 to the Woburn Tanners, and started off with 8 points. touchdown by Brian Ferreira and 2-point conversion by Brian Ferreira. Capped off with another Mark Coutone field goal. A few jabs at it at the end of the half, but no points to show for it as we kick off here in the second half as Brett Tuzlo and the Tanners offense take over.
Law was the one to boot it away. Lush takes it in, and the Tanners offense will take over at the 22-yard line of their own. And Tuzlo and the Tanners offense, as you said, Zeke, just about ready to go to head back out on the field, looking to extend their lead into 3 possessions with an opening touchdown here to start the second half.
Ball to the 23-yard line.
Here we come back out here, and let's talk about the offensive line for the first time. We didn't talk about them much, but the running game has been so good today, and I've noticed that it's come a lot through the middle, not through the sides with Johan and Amin, but through the middle with guys like Matt O'Connor, Jaden Castriota, and those guys.
That jumbo formation it is again, and it's a toss to the outside for Ferreira, and he takes it for a good.
And Joey, just when I say it, going through the middle, they go right to the outside onto senior Johan Engineer's side. So that whole offensive line has been really good tonight, with Amin Rahim at left tackle, Johan at right tackle, Matt O'Connor at center, Gavin Nigro right guard, and Jaden Castro at left guard.
It's a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3 after the initial rush by Ferreira. And Tuzlo now heads back into the huddle. And the huddle breaks. Let's see what the formation is. It's still that jumbo set with Tuzlo under center. Ferreira coming in orbit motion. This time it's a sweep handoff to Lush, and he's taken down fast by number 63, Jason Liu. Great penetration there by Liu on the interior of that Tanner offensive line to get him behind the line of scrimmage.
Quick third down here from the Concord-Carlisle defense, forcing the Tanners to third down. For the first time today, the Tanners will have to go third down on their first set. Let's see how the Tanners offense deals with that as they bring Evan Kolotko, a big body, wide left on 3rd and about 4.
It will be a 3rd and 4 with Tuzlo under center with split backs behind them and Pacini the offset receiver. Pacini comes in motion. The toss will go to Ferreira, who's looking for the edge and is out of bounds with enough for the first down.
Enough is right, Joey, and that's actually a big run because you don't want to give the ball back to Concord-Carlisle right away and not take advantage of getting the ball first in the second half.
That's exactly right, Zeke, and you want to, if not score, at least take some a good amount of time off the clock.
Want to keep that foot on the gas pedal at all times.
Tuzlo breaks the huddle down. Tuzlo under center in the offset eye. Ferreira with the handoff. Will take it across the 40-yard line to the 41.
Little 4-yard gain there from Ferreira. Tackle there by number 6, Hunter Kuftinik.
From the 41-yard line.
A 2nd and 6 from the 41-yard line is what's to come for the Tanners. Tuzlo ready to relay the play. Pacini set up in the offset tight end. Kolotko out wide to the bottom of your screen. Split back formation. Pacini coming in motion. It's another sweep to him. Looking for the edge. And he will gain about enough for the first down.
And Joey, I mentioned we haven't seen much of this from Pacini, those jet sweeps, and we've already seen 2 of them. So they love using Pacini with the pass, but interesting seeing them utilize him on the run here.
Number 12, Ryan Fivick on the tackle, and the ball will be spotted at the 48-yard line of the Tanners, with Tuzolo back under center. Puccini in that same spot, offset the line. The handoff will go to Doherty.
Crunched up there by number 40, John Keeler. What a tackle.
2-yard gain on the
Only a
play.
2-yard gain from Ferreira. A disappointment anytime Ferreira doesn't get plus 5 yards.
From the 50-yard line.
It'll be a 2nd and 8 from exactly midfield as Lush will come on for Puccini.
Pretty much a equal trade there, bringing on Lush for Puccini, both with elite speed.
A big formation here for the Tanners as Tuzolo, I believe, keeps that one off the spin. And the ball will be spotted before the 45. We'll call it the 42.
.48 here into Concord-Carlisle territory. It's 3rd and 6 here. Big play for the Tanners.
Jumbo, who's got it, is Ferreira bouncing it towards the outside. And still on his feet, still turning, got enough for the first down, and a nice run there. Not giving up is Brian Ferreira.
And Joey, I love that from Ferreira. Gets to the outside there. Ferreira, someone tries to trip him up, but he just gets out of there, keeps his balance, and keeps moving, and gets that first down. Fight there from Brian Ferreira, and that's why we love him, and that's why he's so difficult to bring down. As Merlane comes into the game for number 16, Dante Delagrati, and number 15, Brian Ferreira, comes off the field.
Ferreira gets exactly what he needs for the first down, and it's a 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line with the personnel changes set and ready to go. Puccini, Kowalko, and Merlane all on the same side of the field. It's a draw to Tuzolo, who's still on his feet, turning his back and still going.
They love that from Tuzolo. I don't really like when Tuzolo goes to the sides, tries to get to the sideline on his rushes, but when he's going through the middle, it's just a big body, just using that strength and size to get through the middle.
All in all, it's a 7-yard gain for Brett, and the Tanners will now have a 2nd and 3 from the 33-yard line of the Patriots. Delagrati sprinting back onto the field to replace Merlane.
As the Tanners faithful still here on a consolation game, showing how much they care for this team.
Flag on the play. It was a handoff to Doherty, but that won't matter. And we'll have an offsides on Concord-Carlisle.
Offsides, Concord-Carlisle.
Offsides from Concord-Carlisle will make this 2nd down just a little bit easier for the Tanners as Ferreira comes onto the field for Ryan Lush. And it is a 1st down from the offsides, as it was 2nd and 3 before.
Merlane now back onto the field, replacing Dante Delagrati.
1st and 10 from the 27-yard line.
From the 27-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10. Merlane out wide to the bottom of your screen. Watch the run towards his side of the field. That's exactly what it will be, as it's a sweep to Puccini, but he's taken down by a grab of the legs.
And I've been keeping track of those sweeps from Puccini. That's the 3rd one today. And look for that play to be utilized in that Thanksgiving matchup. And more on the Thanksgiving matchup, Joey, you have something to say about that.
After much debate, that game will be played at Winchester. It was unsure whether or not their field would be ready, but the Tanners will travel to their close rivals on Thanksgiving morning to once again rekindle that rivalry as they do every year.
And yeah, communication with some people from Winchester said that turf is finished and the Thanksgiving game will be played at Winchester High School. So an interesting matchup that will be.
Split backs are Doherty and Ferreira. The handoff is fake to Doherty, but Tuzolo keeps it as he lunges across the 25.
And I'm loving Coach Belcher's approach here with quarterback Brett Tuzolo. Hasn't went with many passing plays and stays on the ground, but is also including Tuzolo in that and utilizing his size to perfection.
And the size of that offensive line to get them creases to run towards. Kolodko and Pizzini once again lined up on the same side of the field with Merlane loaned to the bottom of your screen. Split backs are Doherty and Ferreira once again. This time the handoff will be faked again. Towards the end zone it goes, and it is intercepted by Concord-Carlisle, going back the other way from left to right. And it'll be taken out across the 20, and a big defensive play there for Concord-Carlisle.
And Joey, we talked a lot about Matthew Carlton there on the pick. And we also talk a lot about Brett Tuzolo. He's improved so much on the season. He's done so well, and you hate to see that because he just makes a bad decision there to throw into double coverage. And there was Matthew Carlton for the interception. And want to see how good Brett Tuzolo has become, and that doesn't help his case. But you want to see improvement from Brett Tuzolo next time out and have a short memory as the Tanners defense comes back onto the field.
Sudden change. Let's see how the Tanners defense responds with quarterback number 22 holding back into the huddle, and it's popped out and recovered on a fumble by the Tanners.
Woburn recovers the fumble.
Forced out by number 4, Leland Stack. Big play there by Leland Stack. One of his big plays of the season comes in this consolation game. And wow, and the recovery there by number 15, Brian Ferreira. And just like that, the Tanners will get the ball back going towards their end zone in Concord-Carlisle territory. They will start with the ball at around the 33 of Concord-Carlisle.
We go from sudden change to sudden change, and the Tanners find themselves back on the offensive side of the football. Full house formation for the Tanners with Tuzolo under center. The handoff will go to Ferreira, who's taken down quickly by 2 Concord-Carlisle defenders. It was a combination of number 1, Jason DeRosa, and others.
2nd and 7 from the 30-yard line.
And Joey, the passing defense has been a little bit of a worry for the Tanners this season, but they've played pretty well tonight. What do you think has helped them tonight opposed to other nights?
I think just the notion that they know they don't want to give up the big play, because that's something they've done multiple times this year, as the handoff goes again to Ferreira, who is across enough for the first down after a 10-yard gain.
And yeah, Joey, I totally agree. Big plays against Bedford, big plays against Reading. That's been a big weakness of them, along with their penalties. But they seem to get rid of those penalties, as we haven't seen any tonight, which is a big surprise, but a very pleasant surprise.
Yeah, the penalties this year, Zeke, have been something that's caused problems all year long. Tuzolo back under center. 2 receivers to the up of your screen. Pizzini coming in motion. It's a handoff to Ferreira, who's immediately contacted. Breaks off the first with a spin, but then taken down still after a minimal gain by number 63, Jason Liu.
And Jason Liu with the tackle there. Ferreira tried to evade Liu, but Liu stayed with Ferreira on the spin move and brought him down. Concord-Carlisle were all over that play. Very slow offensive game here. 11-0 as 1:50 and counting roll off the clock in the third quarter. So a very fast-moving game once again.
Doherty, Ferreira, and Tuzolo Back into the huddle, Pasini and Kolodko on the same side of the field. At the top of your screen, split backs are, of course, Ferreira and Doherty. Hand off to Ferreira, off tackle, and he's in for the Tanners touchdown towards the pylon. The Tanners will go up 3 possessions on the second rushing touchdown of the night for Brian Ferreira.
And Brian Ferreira moved to the left, a few blockers, guys like Amin Rahim, Dante Delaguardi, and you really credit Amin Rahim. When Amin Rahim's blocking well, the Tanners rush is doing well. And what a good run there by Ferreira, breaking 2 players' ankles once again. He's been doing that all night.
Tanners set up in the extra point formation. Caton with a swing of the right leg. The kick is airborne through the uprights, and the kick is good. 2. Make it 18-0. Woburn will be back after the break on Woburn Public Media Center.
Sorry, that's Woburn with 18.
Back here at Woburn Media Center after a Ferreira rushing touchdown, his second of the night and that one put the Tanners up 18-0. And the rushing attack has been successful all night, keeping the Concord-Carlisle Patriot offense off the field as the kickoff ball is still trickling and now taken in and taken down at the 30 is the Concord-Carlisle return team.
And Joey, totals for Concord-Carlisle on the season, they scored 35 points and 41 points and another 27 points, 41 points. All of these totals have been high-scoring games. They're a good offense, but this Tanners defense is shutting them down. The likes of Michael Doherty, Brian Ferreira, a few big sacks from Matt Souza. And
the secondary as well, I think guys like Caden Davis and Leland Stack.
Oh yeah, for sure. We mentioned the passing game. We've been struggling with that big play, and they've just shut it down along with the short play.
Miller back in the shotgun. DeMayo, the running back, at the fake to DeMayo. Miller rolling out, and he's taken down a third time. This time by number 26, Ryan Lake, for his second of the game.
And I believe a half sack by Ryan Lake and another half sack. Haven't said this name a lot this season, but a big part of this team, number 52, Gavin Nigro. He's a big body, a strong dude, and it's great to see him with a sack. After last year, horrifying story from him, tore his ACL, but has come back big this season to replace Ernesto Nuriari on the line, and he was at tight end earlier in the season, but sacrificed himself as a senior. Just important to see guys like that in the program who can sacrifice themselves for the greater cause.
Great point there, Zeke, as Miller and the offense is headed back into the shotgun formation. It's DeMayo, the single back, but it's a sweep to Hoover, and he is taken down.
14 seconds and counting left in the third quarter. Let's see if Concord-Carlisle, I don't think they wanted to run another play. So that will be the end of the third quarter here as we move into fourth quarter action here at Connolly Memorial Stadium in this MIAA consolation matchup between the Woburn Tanners and the Concord-Carlisle Patriots.
The end of the third quarter. 3rd and 14 for Concord-Carlisle.
Back here at Connolly Memorial Stadium for a 3rd down. For the Patriots, it's a drop back pass for Miller, who's still pressured, spinning back, still avoiding contact, and now is ripped down and intercepted. It's number 4, Leland Stack, who is close to the goal line. Miller just threw that one up there.
Oh my goodness, so careless there by Holden Miller as the Tanners will retake possession, courtesy of Ryan Lush. Leland Stack there on the blocking. Great job there by the Tanners to get back the ball, and heads up play there by Ryan Lush to pick the ball off. Careless play by the Concord-Carlisle Patriots, and the Tanners will come back onto the field 18-0.
That almost looked similar to the Matt Ryan interception from last season towards the end zone.
Oh yeah, I remember that one, Joey.
Tanners now have a quick opportunity to punch this one in for a quick 6 points. Jumbo formation with 2 running backs in the backfield, and it is into the ends.
Woburn touchdown. Michael Doherty on the touchdown. Just powered his way through on the run, and it makes the score 24-0. The Tanners have taken complete control into this football game. 11:42 left in the 4th quarter. No looking back now from the Tanners. Full steam ahead.
Catonin to kick now, and Marsh to hold, and Tuzolo, of course, to snap. Was there a decline penalty on the touchdown? The snap from Tuzolo was taken down by Marsh, and the kick is good by Catone to put the Tanners up 25-0 here in the Media Center early in the 4th quarter. Back here at Woburn Public Media Center after the Doherty 1-yard touchdown to put the Tanners up 25. Catone sends the ball away. It's another short kick, hits at the 30, and number 9 Newcomb falls on it.
Number 2 Caden Davis there with the tackle. As the Tanners defense comes back onto the field after the last 2 appearances from the Tanners defense have been very short, with a fumble from Concord-Carlisle 2 drives ago, and then that careless Holden Miller interception the last drive. So haven't seen much action here from the Tanners defense of late, which is another point, Joey, you made earlier with the Tanners just keeping control of the ball, and the Concord-Carlisle possessions have pretty much been careless and useless for them at that point.
Patriots go empty for the first time tonight with trips to the top of your screen now. Newcomb motions in to take a sweep play, and he is angling towards the sideline after a 3-yard gain.
And we talked about Newcomb at the top of the show. He's shown a threat of that big play, but overall in this game, the Tanners have seemed to done their film work and done their film work on this team and looked at Newcomb and knew how to tackle him, how to play him. It's just great to see from this Tanners coaching staff that even though it's a consolation game, they're still treating it like it's a massive game.
Empty trips once again. Newcomb motions in. It's the same play, but this time it's a play action. Deep toss down the field, but it's out of the reach of everyone and incomplete.
Yeah, the target there was number 40, John Keeler. He has gotten one of the few passes that Holden Miller has completed today. But yeah, it was out of the reach of them, and it looked like number 2, sophomore Caden Davis, had that covered also. Right on on John Keeler's back on that play as number 54, Matt O'Connor, comes out of the game and Evan Kolodko back into the game. So they're going to go with that same front of Souza, Lake, Nigro as their front three with 5 linebackers.
Kolodko in at linebacker for this play, and it's a handoff to number 9, Newcomb.
Number 3, Ryan Lush with the tackle there. They went with an interesting look there. They brought O'Connor out of the game as they wanted to play with a 3-man rush. And they brought out 3 middle linebackers and 2 outside linebackers. With 3 guys in the secondary.
Correction, that carry was by number 44, Ryan DeMeo for Concord-Carlisle.
Seen a lot of him tonight and hasn't really done anything tonight.
Miller in the shotgun. DeMeo, the running back. We've got a stack to the bottom of your screen. Offset, Miller fires, and it's caught towards the sideline.
Caught by the main man there, Blake Newcomb.
Newcomb with the first down. 5-yard pass.
A successful pass play there for the Patriots, which has been hard to come by tonight.
For sure, Joey.
Miller into the shotgun again, looking, firing deep towards the corner, and again over the reach of everyone, and incomplete. Mark Catone, safety, was the closest man there.
He was the closest man there, and you know Mark Catone loves them interceptions. Was going for it there, was just too far out of his reach. And you look at the Tanners this season so far, every single team that they've been much better than, they've taken control of. The likes of Braintree, Burlington, Arlington, Lexington, Belmont. So they're good at capitalizing against bad teams.
Miller looking towards the sideline. DeMeo's going to be the single back. And now the formation will motion to opposite sides. The entire team will now motion. Aside from Miller, Souza now towards the inside on the edge. It's another play action screen. This one to Newcomb. There is a flag on the field.
Interesting. It came from the far side, and it will be holding on the offense. That will bring back Concord-Carlisle 10 yards, as they'll make it much more difficult.
The call is holding on Concord-Carlisle.
You could see it because it came from the far side there. So you knew what the call was going to be.
Kolodko back onto the field with O'Connor off.
It's going to be second down.
Second and 27.
And about 27 yards. Really pushed them back. And another flag on the field, a pre-snap penalty. It's going to be offsides on the defense there.
And that'll shorten the play to second and 22.
And Joey, we've been talking about how good they've been doing on penalties all games. They continue to do pretty well. That's just their first penalty of the game.
Miller still in the shotgun. 2 receivers at the top of your screen. Miller dropping back, looking that way, fires, tipped, up in the air, and intercepted. This one is Leland Stack. Reversing field, finding open space, and still going. And finally taken down.
Taken down at the 22. Leland Stack with the interception that time, as you said, Joey. Tipped up in the air by number 9, Matt Souza. And Leland Stack caught it and tried to get into the end zone. But Concord-Carlisle was there for the tackle, but nonetheless, give all the credit Matt Souza deserves on the tip. And Leland Stack, what a sight to see. His first interception in the season, as his teammates congratulate him for that.
Stack had the key block on the Lush interception, and now he gets one of his own.
Great point there, Joey. Great point. Leland Stack playing a big part in this defense so far, and I love that you say that, because the key block on that return there was from Ryan Lush. So they performing as a team as Alex Tran comes in here at tailback.
I form the handoff goes to the young man Tran, who jump cuts his way for a gain of 3.
Let's see if they start bringing in the substitutes up 25-0 with 9 minutes and counting left in the game.
Second and 7 for Woburn.
It would be interesting to see if we get someone other than Tuzalo at quarterback, as we could have a preview for the new quarterback for the upcoming next season.
Well, there are 3 guys we can talk about for that position. Number 2, Caden Davis. Number 17, Sean Marsh. And number 13, Hadi Bilal. All interesting players that you could put at that quarterback position, which could put the Tanners in a successful position. And let's see at wide receiver if we can get other guys other than the starters, like guys like Michael Nicholas and Ty Cruz, into the game.
Collard, go to the top of your screen. Remaining in the I form, this handoff will go to Souza, who is contacted quickly.
No gain on the play.
No gain on the play there. Souza just tripped there at the line as Tuzlo goes back to Belcher for the play.
7 from the 21-yard line.
Interesting to see. We were talking about this against Belmont. Interesting to see when they can get the seniors into the game.
Third down and 7 from the 21 for the Tanners. I form once again. Tran the far tailback. Souza at fullback. The handoff will go to Tran, who gets through.
Fumble recovered by Woburn's number 7.
There was a fumble there on the play. Hard to see from our angle, but covered by the Woburn Tanners as number 10 kicker Mark Coutone comes into the game for the field goal.
This will be Coutone's second field goal attempt, as his first one was successful to put the Tanners up 11-0, now having the opportunity to put them up 28-0.
A 35-yard field goal here. The swing of the right leg looks to be good for Mark Coutone. Great field goal there, extending hard distance there from Mark Coutone. Haven't seen the Tanners go to him on those long kicks, but great to see that from Mark Coutone. The strength of the leg there.
Just enough power to get it up across the crossbar, and it's 28-0 Tanners. Back after the break on Woodmill Media Center. Back here at Conley Memorial Stadium with 6:46 remaining in the game. Coutone sends the kick away. This one's a shorter one taken in. And looking for a crease was number 3 Hoover, but he's taken down.
Taken down by number 9 Matt Souza there. Big tackle as he's feeling that one. As he huffs and puffs off the field. Or back onto the field for a big drive.
Start with the ball at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10.
Merlane will get back into the defensive line. And we'll see Luciano Parziali into the game for the first time tonight on the interior defensive line. Miller in the shotgun with a single back DeMeo. He is going to run off tackle, and he's got a crease. Down the sideline he goes at the 30. cutting it back inside, still alive, and taken down just before the goal line. The last man there was number 1, Liam Dillon, and oh, what a big run there by 44. All in all, there will be a flag, however, we'll see.
It looked like it was at the end of the play there on the tackle.
Run for number 44, Ryan DeMayo.
Questionable there. It looked like he ran out of bounds there. Interesting what they're going to call the penalty on.
As of now, I believe it's a 55-yard gain, boys.
Horse collar tackle there on the Tanners defense.
Which will leave Concord-Carlisle close to scoring, and now they will get in for the touchdown.
That's number 9, Blake Newcomb there. Had a short field there to work with, but got into the end zone with that 1-yard gain for the touchdown. As Concord scores 6, and it's 28-6 now. Let's see if they're going to go for the 2-point conversion or just go for the PAT.
2-point conversion will leave them with a 20-point deficit if successful. But it looks like Law will get set for the extra point. The snap, the hold, and the kick is good. 28-7 Woburn after the big run by DeMayo. Capped it off with a 1-yard touchdown, and it's the first score of the night for Concord-Carlisle. Back here after the Concord-Carlisle rushing touchdown, and Law will get set to send it back to Dillon and Lush, the deep men for the Tanners. Law runs it up, and it's an onside kick tipped around, and the ball is still loose. Let's see who got it. Concord-Carlisle thinks they have it, and they do.
Concord-Carlisle returns.
Just a tough ball to recover there. Flicked off 2 hands there. I believe number 24, J.J. Merlane, and number 4, Leland Stack, right over Stack's head. And Stack tried to jump on it, but he was a little bit too late as Concord-Carlisle recovered that. Down 21, could make this interesting.
Miller and the Concord-Carlisle offense will have an immediate second offensive possession trying to cut into this lead, as you said, Zeke.
And you never know with a quick touchdown, that brings it down to 14. You make a stop, score another touchdown, another onside kick. Like,
the only thing that might be against the Patriots in this situation is the clock.
Oh, that's an understatement.
DeMayo lined up out wide to the bottom of your screen. Now it's a deep pass attempt by Miller. Ball is broken up by 2 Tanner defenders.
That's number 10, Mark Coutone, and number 2, Caden Davis. Coutone looks to be shaken up on the play after Davis ran into him on the defensive recovery, but Coutone looks to be okay. As Coach Belcher will just make sure and send number 20, Ryan Piscini, onto the field. Just to be careful.
The Patriots still in the huddle, trying to figure out the next best plays to run to cut into this large 21-point lead for the Woburn Tanners. Miller into the shotgun, 1 lone receiver to the top of your screen. Miller looking the opposite way, firing deep, and it's almost intercepted, and they're going to rule it incomplete.
Right off the hands of number 1, senior captain Liam Dillon. Almost had it, but a good play on the pass breakup. It moves to 3rd and 10 from the 38 with 5:56 left on the game clock.
DeMeo will sub off the field along with O'Connor for Woburn, and Alonco will come in.
Stay tuned for our live report after the game from the booth.
It's a toss towards Newcomb, and his initial contact still on his feet now, trying to reverse field. He does so, and trying to break free of Stack, but he is not. Stack is there to take him down.
A few Tanners there with missed tackles, but incredible work there by senior Leland Stack, number 4, with the tackle. Used all his effort to flip Newcomb on his backside to make it 1st and 10, but not from as close to the goal line as it looked.
Great tenacity on the tackle there by Leland Stack.
Great word, Joey, tenacity.
Miller back into the offensive set. He remains in the shotgun with one lone back, now a motion man coming across. Rolling out is Miller, looking. Now here comes the pressure, and he gets off a screen pass towards Newcomb. Newcomb down the sideline and finally forced out by Ferreira.
Miller scrambles to make the pass.
Like you said, Joey, forced out by Ferreira there. Ferreira, just as good as he is on offense, he's almost as good as that on defense. He's a big part of their defensive linebackers. Interesting to see. Really unfortunate there that Concord-Carlisle scored the touchdown, which probably will prevent some of the backups from coming onto the field.
1st and 10 from the 16-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Big set of downs if the Tanners want to finish off this game strong.
We've got another shotgun formation with two receivers to the bottom of your screen. The 5-step drop by Miller, but he is sacked for the 4th time tonight. This one's number 54, Matt O'Connor.
Big sack there by 54, Matt O'Connor. Hasn't showed much threat getting to the quarterback, as he is a big run stopper, but gets to the quarterback this time.
8-yard loss on the play.
It's an 8-yard loss all in all on the big sack by Matt O'Connor. That'll bring up a more difficult 2nd down for Concord-Carlisle.
And yeah, we mentioned the importance of the set of downs if the Tanners want to finish off the game strong, and that was a great start of that.
We've now hit under 5 minutes to go in the game, with Miller in the shotgun with DeMeo to his hip. It is a reverse to number 3, Hulu, with a flag on the field as he is still up and now forced out.
Flag on the field. Interesting to see what this flag is, as it was a 3-yard gain when it was all said and done. Holding on the offense, that will move Concord-Carlisle 10 yards back and make it an extremely difficult 2nd down replay. What will Coach Belcher go with? Is he going to decline or accept?
As he continues the conference with the ref.
And he will accept.
Which, as you said, Zeke, will push the Patriots even further back.
About a 27-28 yard line to gain here on 2nd down.
2nd down.
Concord-Carlisle shifts the personnel around, and Miller heads back into the shotgun with trips to the top of your screen now. A motion man incoming. The handoff goes to number 9, Blake Newcomb.
Number 9, Blake Newcomb, really hasn't done much today. We talked about it at the top of the show. He scored that touchdown from 1 yard out, but the Tanners have shut him down with the likes of Michael Doherty and Brian Ferreira and Gavin Nigro, Matt O'Connor. This Tanners front has been impressive tonight.
A 3rd down upcoming, but you have to assume as the Tanners that it's 4-down territory for Concord-Carlisle, down 21 late in the 4th. Motion man coming again. It's a high snap but a rollout from Miller with the ball exposed, still scrambling around. Trying to find a crease, does, diving forward for a nice gain considering the circumstances.
Brings up 4th and about 8. And you assume Concord-Carlisle will go for this with 3 minutes and counting, ticking off the clock. You'd want to move fast if you were Concord-Carlisle here.
It's a 4th and 20 with less than 3 to go. And Miller and the offense need to gain 20 yards right here and right now to keep the drive alive. Miller in the shotgun. Offset trips to the top of your screen. Looking towards the curl route, and it's dropped. And off the deflection, it's taken in by a different Concord-Carlisle receiver. And is that good enough for a first down?
I believe it is not. And it will give Concord-Carlisle a first down. And I don't want to say, Joe, your eyes deceived you there, but it was actually a catch by Concord-Carlisle and a little pitch to the player. Kind of like Travis Kelce to LaShawn McCoy back in the 2019 Chiefs season.
Hook and ladder play there for the Patriot offense. My mistake. Back into a goal-to-go formation now for Miller. 2 receivers towards the goal line. One is the big man Newcomb. It's fired inside and caught for a touchdown, Patriots. It's number 3, Will Hoover.
Hoover's been a big target for number 22, Holden Miller, throughout the game. Hasn't been successful with him, but it threatens to make this game 28-14 here and cut the lead in half.
Let's see if the Patriots do go for the extra point or if they elect to try for the 2.
There's still a conference with the Concord-Carlisle coaching. This touchdown is in question considering the scoreboard hasn't been updated.
And the head referee has finished his conference. And
little confusion what's going on. Not much communication from the referees here.
Let's see if we now have a decision made as the referees will conference together. Coach McGrath and Coach Belcher also conferencing. Coach McGrath, the man behind the great Woburn Tanners secondary.
Coach McGrath does so much work every week, week in and week out, to set up this defense and put it in a position to be successful.
Coach is fully on the field for the Patriots offense. Still a conference going on between head coach Josh Reed and the head referee.
Fully onto the field, past the hash marks, arguing with the referee.
With the offensive unit still out on the field for the Patriots.
Still some confusion what is going on right now. As the clock keeps rolling, it looks like the touchdown will be taken away. First and goal with 6 yards to gain. With 2:24 coming off the clock.
Miller back into his offensive set with a lone back. And we have another whistle. And it's a timeout for Woburn.
We'll be back for the last 2:11 at Connolly Memorial Stadium after the break.
Correction on the previous play. There's no touchdown called on the field. Flag on the field.
Back here on Woburn Public Media Center with the Concord-Carlisle Patriots in a goal-to-go situation. Motion man is number 3, Hoover. It is a toss the other way to number 9, Newcomb, and he is in for the Patriot touchdown.
And there you go. Hoover just gets it on the next play. As the Concord-Carlisle will come back with 13 unanswered points here, along with Woburn's 28. 2:03 left on the clock, and it looks like Concord-Carlisle will go for 1 point here.
As Law gets set up. He's been great in the kickoff game today and made his lone extra point.
Little defensive lapse here in the last few minutes for the Tanners.
The snap is a little high, but it gets down, and the kick is good for Law, and the lead has been cut in half from 28-0 to 28-14. Back for the final 2:03 after a short break. Back here at Connolly Memorial Stadium with 2:03 remaining in the game. After 14 unanswered points from the Concord-Carlisle Patriots, there will be a second onside kick. This one is recovered by the Tanners, and they will go on offense.
You expect a couple kneels here for the Tanners.
Kick received by number 6, Evan Blanco.
I believe Concord still has all 3 of their timeouts if they are wanting
Oh, good point,
to use
Joey.
them.
Good point, Joey. Then that means
The Tanners will probably run a few to waste the timeouts of the Patriots, and then maybe we'll see them in victory formation. Hopefully. Tanners out on the field with the Patriots still in a team huddle. Now they're making their way out. It is a 3-back formation with Tuzolo under center. It's a handoff to Ferreira, who breaks through the initial blocking, and it's a good gain on first down for Brian and company.
as time continues to tick off the clock.
2nd and 1 for Woburn.
It's a 9-yard gain for Ferreira and no timeout yet taken by Concord-Carlisle. Less than 90 seconds to go. That same jumbo formation with 3 backs and Tuzolo under center. Tuzolo waits for the snap. Now takes it. It's a handoff again to Ferreira, who is stopped for a minimal gain. And this time it looks like the clock has stopped at exactly 1 minute after a first down from Ferreira.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
See, they're just going to keep running it here to the likes of Brian Ferreira and Michael Doherty as The clock continues to wind down. Stay tuned for our post-game report right after the game. After this consolation game here at Connolly Memorial Stadium, me and Joey will be talking about the game and the big plays and the big moments and preview the Winchester game on Thanksgiving.
Now the Tanners are in victory formation. Tuzelo will drop down and take a knee in this consolation game. And all in all, the Tanners will walk away with a 28-14 victory as the final seconds will tick away. They congratulate each other in the huddle. And the record for each team will now improve. For Woburn, it is now 6-3. And the Concord-Carlisle Patriots will drop down to 500 at 5-5. Or 6-4 for Woburn, excuse me. Once again, as that will conclude the game, stay tuned for a post-game recap of tonight's matchup between the Patriots and the Tanners. For one final time this season, signing off for Zeke Altman, I am Joy Matroni. Thank you all for watching.